what did you guys think about MongolZ? Actually, I forgot to list this in here, but what do we? How you guys like the new pickups? Like, how do you feel about this team? Do you think like it might not? I was pretty doomed. I don't think I mentioned it to you guys, but I went and yapped with Maui and Thorn, and like my viewpoint was like, this could not kill Asian Counter-Strike necessarily, but remove Asian Counter-Strike from the talking point of like the elite teams. Like, right? Like, we went from like at one point with MongolZ, it was like they might win this tournament. Like, when are they going to win a tournament? To now it's just like, I'm over here like, I hope they don't become like not in tier 1 tournaments because all these things going on. I kind of fell on the fact that I think 9-10 is actually such a good offer that, especially in early stages of tournaments, that can hide it. But I'm just curious, what did you guys think of TikTok and Darkmeister? What did you guys?
Is that how you're pronouncing it? Chad and I had a debate on how to pronounce his name.
Oh fuck!
I said it was probably Tikwak.
I don't think it's. I don't know, dude. I got nothing.
Tikwak.
You and I are from the Midwest of the United States. Usually we're wrong. Honestly, Jason, is what I've learned.
That's fair.
Yeah. But like, we don't care. Like, we don't, like, respectfully, like, we're just usually bad at speaking. Like, it's all good. Like,
well, we know Tikwak messed up some guys in the Midwest over on that wild card team. So yeah, I mean, you can call them whatever you want. But the Mongols, especially that first game, I was so depressed watching them get beat 13-5 by Heroic. Like, I was like, oh, the Mongols are dead. Like, they haven't been able to find the replacements. Because I think what we always talk about Mara is like the fact that he's always able to find the next guy at the LAN cafe, bringing up the new Mongolian replacement. You know, every single move
there every day.
Yeah,
he's
just walking around like it's finding them in the building. Like, it's crazy. You know, when I went there, there is just seas of people playing on PCs all day, just playing.
And he's got eyes in all of them.
So many people. He's just recruiting scouts everywhere. Yeah. But, you know, there's so many times, like, over the years where Mongols have made a move and removed the player, and you think, oh, that's just killed Mongols. Like, that one has killed them. How are they going to replace someone like Score? Then they replace him with, like, Mzinho, who replaces Bartek. They bring Senzu into the team. It's like, oh, this team's, like, so much better, and they become major runners-up. I thought the Cobra Zera move was actually pretty good, and I was a little bit surprised that he was removed so early. But I think these two players, I don't have a huge amount of faith. I'm actually kind of sad for the Mongols that they've had to lose Mzinho and Senzu, who have gone on to a team that I just don't think are going to do very much. It's just sad to kill the Mongols in this way, and I just don't see them becoming a very good team. I don't think they're going to be inspired at all with this roster to go and try and chase the heights of the previous Mongols team. I think this team are going to be actually pretty happy if they can get a team around 10 to 15th in the world like Team Liquid. When a few months ago we were talking about this team, or like a year ago, obviously, talking about this team as a roster who could compete for the biggest titles. So I think it's pretty sad, and Asia have lost their leading squad and have taken a massive step back.
One of the good ones.
Yeah.
One of the good ones.
One of the talisman teams for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I know anything about these two players. Like
Darkmeister's a pretty sick name, Jason.
Darkmeister's a cool name. I don't know anything about how he plays Counter-Strike. Same with Tikwak. I don't know anything about how he plays CS. But, I mean, I'll tell you this. You have a pretty solid core of 9-10, Blitz, and Techno. As you're saying, with the way the op can be so influential, strong early on, you can have a little bit of a leg up. I think you have experience in calling, experience in training players up. I'm still going to give Mara the benefit of the doubt and say you can probably do it again because he's done damn good with all the replacements he's found considering the situations. Practice. I'm with you. I don't think they're going to reach that peak of the previous one, but you know, one of the things that the previous roster had is they were always so good, I feel like, of having like a high floor. Like they were always so good at beating teams like beneath them and at like a certain ranking point. It was getting over the hump towards the top levels that they struggled with. So I think if you have a team like that, that's just going to have two more really strong, talented, mechanical, individually skilled Mongolian players, this can still be a team that's just like a nuisance to deal with. I think they can still have a couple like, you know, surprising quarterfinal placements here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the ceiling.
Yeah. I had like an interesting debate on one of my co-streams about this. I'm just curious, like we talk about, I agree with you guys that like they're able to bring in this talent and like maintain relevancy, but there is like this interesting thing where now people, I heard Scrawny and Launders said it on the cast, but then they almost like walked it back. But this idea, do you guys actually think it's the system then that Mongols has, or do you, because I actually don't believe that, just so I could come clean here. I actually don't believe that Mongols has a strong system that allows them to continuously maintain their floor. I actually think that the individuals they keep getting for like are just so strong that they bail them out of. Man, even the rookies, like what I see, the individual level that I see out of them is so high immediately, which is the craziest part to me. I actually feel like it's their system that holds them back a lot of the time from like ascending, but it's hard because it's like this weird thing where the Counter-Strike world would tell you, you keep changing players, you lose star players, and you're maintaining relevancy each time you do it. Then surely it would be the system. But every time I watch that team play, they're exciting to watch. But man, I see so many like, I see so many stupid decisions being made by the Mongols where I'm just like scratching my head. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? But then they just go win the next round, and the rookies that they bring in look like they have. Like they don't even know what anxiety or nervousness is of the scale of the event that they're playing in, and they just shoot hard still. And it's like, So I'm just curious, like, do you guys like think that there's something like maybe with Mara or like Blitz that they're able to like maybe it's not the system in the game as much of how they are able to maybe calm players. Like I don't know. It's just an interesting debate.
Going back to the point of like the Mongols inside the server. I don't think they've ever done anything special that you can say is like, oh, this is a crazy system. I think for the Mongols, it's always been they do the simple stuff really well, and their individuals are mechanically incredibly gifted. And even when they make stupid decisions and make mistakes, so many times you see an individual player like recover it or pull off a kill they shouldn't get, which gives them a chance to win the round. I think that's happened so many times. And there's so many times where we finished the map, Jason, where we were casting the Mongols, and we're just saying, they're like, how did they like win that? Like it was like, I think on T side nuke, it's just like, how are they just running at red box? They've got 2 kills outside they shouldn't have found. It just happens a lot, and I think that is I don't think there is a system at all. I think they're just good at calling simple calls and being very effective individuals, and I think they go out there and they find maybe players with good personalities that kind of fit in the team, but also just very, very talented, mechanically gifted players that you can kind of rein in a little bit. I think Cobra was making a lot of mistakes at the start of Mongols. He reined him in a little bit, but obviously they haven't seen enough in him that they want to keep him around. So I think another thing about the system outside of the server, I would say the fact that they're Mongolian really helps in terms of creating sort of a bubble around themselves at events, right? You're not dealing with much else other than being there for the Mongolian press, or you're not getting on the same social media hype. They're not big social media guys either. There's all very much, they're famous in Mongolia, they're respected in Mongolia, but they don't have to deal with all the pressures that some of the other players in the international squads are dealing with. And I think going to events and just being able to keep a very small, tight-knit culture within your team kind of helps with the big moment. If you're m0NESY, etc., like these players, Kiyosuke had to join a Falcons team where the pressure immediately is on him from all these different countries. Fans from all over the world are gathering outside the hotel to try and see you. There's so much pressure, whereas the Mongols just kind of get to float around and chill. And I think there is a certain bubble culture within them that they're able to shield themselves from the extra pressure that some of the bigger squads get.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, with the system just always comes off as such a buzzword to me. So like, we don't have to go down that road. So it kind of depends on like what you want to, where you want to discuss with that. I think they're just kind of like a really simple Counter-Strike.
Why do you think their floor is so good? Why do you think their floor is so good with so much random turnover?
Good.
I mean, to like use the buzzword, like I'm with Dinko, where I don't think they have like a true system that has any depth or complexity in terms of protocols and reactions and how they respond to different situations. I think they have a very simple strat book that they kind of all bring the same philosophy to, which is, I know what kills I'm supposed to get, and I'm going to be super aggressive in chasing those kills down and reacting and how I'm going to react. And you kind of live and die based off that kind of simple execute with the aggression, and they do it pretty damn well, and they shoot pretty damn hard, so they're going to get some rounds. And in that sense, I think it's kind of easy to plug some new bodies into it. You're not teaching them super complex, deep, like, oh, when you see these smokes, or when this kind of combination, when this player dies and this player is able to be here, you have to be in this position. Like I doubt that conversation is happening.
Yeah, no Elige.
And I think too, yeah, that's an easy way to put it. I think too, it's like, you're also, fuck, I had a point and it just disappeared. Just disappeared. No, you're fine. Give me a second.
Does this happen when you get old?
Yeah, more and more as you go on.
Chill. I'm catching him, bro. Chill.
Okay. For an audio
It's gone. I'll get it in a second.
podcast,
I'll get it in a second.
okay, there we
I'll
go.
get it in a second.
Okay. From the other side of things, it's like for the Mongols as well. I think just back to your point, Jason. They're just.
Oh no, I got it.
Okay,
I got it. So this could be like an Aurora kind of a situation with Blitz and Major, right? Like where Major always had that situation where he was like, I would love to be doing things a little bit more complex, but I don't feel like I have the players who can pull it off, whether they don't have like the patience needed or the understanding of the big game plan and concepts and CS game knowledge to be able to understand why they're doing this and why they're supposed to be doing this. So I could see a world where Blitz is in a similar situation coming from a region that as well, like we're always amazed at how he's able to pull people out, but there can't be a depth of like game knowledge.
They don't
throughout
practice
the entire
enough
scene of
either to have
Mongolia.
a super in-depth system.
That too. So it's kind of like, you know, you might be in a world where like maybe there's a couple people who do want to make it more complex, but not only more roster changes now, but you just don't have the fucking players with which to do it because they're not experienced enough to implement those ideas. But this is all just musings. This is all just bullshit.
I think another
we're just riffing.
That's what
unique
podcasts are,
problem.
bro. It's all just bullshit.